Hi everyone, welcome to the Crafty Yarn Podcast, episode 29. I'm Caitlin.
And I'm Samantha, and this is where we share what we've been knitting and crocheting over the last couple of weeks.
So we've actually done quite a lot on our knitting and crochet projects, and we've got some quite exciting new plans.
Yes, and some yarn.
Oh yes, we bought some yarn. So the first thing that we've been working on is our Little Drops of Wonderful, which is a pattern by Ali from Little Drops of Wonderful. So we've actually both finished the main teardrop shape. So we both use the same yarn, but yours is actually a bit fatter than mine.
Oh, it is.
And usually you're the tight crocheter.
Yeah.
So I don't know how. I think sometimes with cotton you tend to work a little bit looser.
I do. I find I actually struggle to keep it tight with cotton. Yeah.
So I think they're both just adorable.
They are.
And then to go on them, they have two little arms and two little feet. So they're these really tiny, fiddly little bits of crochet. And it was decided that I would crochet the arms and the legs for both of us, and Mum would sew them on because she didn't want to crochet these and I didn't want to sew them on. So
it worked out well.
It did. It was a fair trade. So I've done 2, so I've got another 6 to go.
Yes.
And then we just need to put a little face on there.
Yep.
So these will sort of go on like that. And I think it just really makes it adorable.
It does, doesn't it? It really finishes it, yeah.
Yeah. So we're really excited to have those done.
So we're almost there.
Yes. So my next project is housed in a new bag that I wanted to show you. So this bag here Mum got me for my birthday last week. And I really, really like it. So it's got like a little ring at the top here.
It's a bit like a Japanese knot bag.
It is a bit.
Yeah.
And then the handle sort of goes through, and it's actually reversible. And I love the fabric, so I'm really excited to be using that. So my next project is actually a new project. So I've had this yarn in my stash since last Advent. It's a Lion brand Summer Nights yarn. And I sort of thought that maybe I wanted to make a little summery top in it instead of a shawl like I usually make with that yarn. And so we had a little bit of a hunt around on Ravelry, and I ended up coming across the Amma top, which is a free pattern. I'll pop the designer on the screen. But basically it's just 2 big granny squares, so one for the front, one for the back. And because it's customizable, you can use any yarn weight and any hook and just make whatever size square to fit you.
Okay.
So I thought that that would actually be really nice and show off the yarn well. So this is how my granny square is looking. And it's actually surprising. I thought that it was more blue, but in this it looks more green.
It does, yeah.
But I just love this, and it's really nice just to have something simple to work on.
It's very pretty, isn't it?
It is. So this is a lace weight yarn, and I'm using a 4mm hook, and I think that it's giving it really nice.
It's very drapey.
It is.
Yeah, lovely. So this is the Vanna cardigan that I've been working on for my mum. I've just done a tiny bit of work over the last couple of weeks. I've really, really got to get it finished. So I've just started on the second sleeve, so I've only done a couple of rows, but at least I've made some progress. When I got the bag for Caitlin, I also treated myself to one, and I love it. It's this beautiful sort of tote size bag, and it has pockets in the front and the back, and then on the inside it's got sort of little pockets as well, and it holds a big sort of project, which I think is just fantastic. So I'm actually using it to store my hexy cardigan in, which I have done quite a bit of work on. I'm quite excited. So I decided that what I'd like to do is at least get one of each of the colours done, just sort of to see what they look like. So this is the cardigan here that I've been working on, and I'm really, really enjoying it. The only problem I did have was the lilac yarn that I'm using is a little thicker than the other ones because it's a different brand to the others. They're all the same. So I was using a 3.5mm hook, and I had to go down to a 3 to get it to be a similar size to the other ones because it was a bit bigger otherwise. So I've actually managed to get 8 hexies done, which I was quite pleased with. So I've got 2 of the beigey colour, and then this is the lilac one. It has ended up a little bit smaller than the other ones, but I think I'll just block it to make it the same size. And I've got 2 of the pale blue, and then 1 navy.
I love the navy.
The navy's really striking, isn't it? The only problem with the navy, it's a little bit hard to work with at night. So I think it's one I'll have to do during the day, so it's a bit hard to see. And then I've got 2 of the pink. So I was actually really pleased with the progress I've made, and I'm really, really enjoying it. I've got into the swing of the pattern now. I know what I'm doing, so yeah.
I love the colours that you've chosen.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to working more on that. Yes, because there is quite a few hexes to make. But
you calculated it the other day.
Yeah, I did. I can't remember what it was now, but yeah. But I'm making progress, so I'm quite excited. And I think you've decided you'd like to make one now too, haven't you? We were looking at yarn the other day for it, I think.
Yes, we haven't quite decided, but I'd really like to make one.
Yeah, I think it's going to be beautiful. So I've made a little bit of progress on my dress for Diana. I've got them sewn together now. Caitlin joined hers together with a slip stitch, but I decided just to sew them together because I found that a bit easier. So I'm quite pleased with that. So now that I've got mine finished, we'll be able to work on the actual dress, which is going to be quite exciting. So I haven't done a huge amount of crochet over the last couple of weeks, but I have been trying to work on sewing in ends and getting things finished so that some of the sort of long-standing projects we can actually get them finished. So I've been busy sewing in the ends of my recovery shawl, and I've actually made quite a lot of progress. I'm quite excited. So there were a lot of ends up the top there, and I've got most of those sewn in now, so I really don't have that many more to sew in. Well, I'm telling myself that. So I'm quite pleased with that progress. I just sit down every night and just, before I start crocheting, try and sew a few in just to get it finished, because I'd really like to have this as a finished item, but the ends are quite daunting, aren't they?
Well, once you finish sewing your ends,
I've got to do yours. Yes. I think when I do something like this again next time, I'll try and sew some of the ends in as I go. But the problem with that is I can't remember what it was, but something I made.
Oh, I remember that.
I did that, and then for some reason I had to unpick it because it wasn't right, and then I regretted sewing in the end, so I sort of haven't really done that. But I think once you know it's going to be okay, I think perhaps it would be a good idea to sew them in as you go. Yeah.
I've been working on my vest from this book here, Knit Wear Love by Amy Herzog, which is one of my favourite books. So the variation that I'm making is this one here, so it's the classic vest, which is like a button down one. So I'm using, with all of these they give instructions for 3 different yarn weights for each pattern, and I'm doing the worsted weight, and I'm doing the second smallest size. And I've actually done quite a lot of work on this since last time. So this is it here. So I finished all of the ribbing, which was actually quite long. It's a 2x2 ribbing. And then I've done all of this on the main part of it. So it's got waist shaping, increases and decreases throughout this area here. And the yarn that I'm using...
It's looking really nice, isn't it?
It is.
It's actually quite a nice colour, isn't it?
It is. I really like it. And I've done all of that, and I've still got this much left on my first ball.
Wow.
So it does actually last a long time. So I'm using 4.5mm needles for this, and I'm just really excited to keep going with this. And this is again a bit like the Amma top. It's nice and sort of simple because it's just stocking stitch.
Yeah.
So I like having projects like that on the go.
It's going to be really nice to wear that, isn't it?
It is.
The other thing I've been working on is our little dog coat that we're making for Buddy. So I've just started to join some of the squares together.
They look great, don't they?
They do look really nice, don't they? So there again, that's sort of quite a time-consuming thing, joining those together. But yeah, I think it looks really, really pretty. So at least I feel as though we've made some progress on getting it closer to being finished.
So seeing as it was the holidays, we decided that we wanted to go through the trolleys that we keep our projects on, and we wanted to sort of see what we were working on, because I felt like I had nothing to work on. Like I just felt like every night I was just working on the same thing and I didn't have anything else. And usually when I feel like that, we go to the trolley and I'm all humbled because I've got all of these projects. But this time I actually wasn't. I really didn't have that much on the go. So then we decided that we'd go through our yarn stash, and we decided on 4 new projects, so one of which was the Amma top, and then we chose 3 other yarns that I wanted to use. This book here is called Crochet Basics by Nikki Trench, and it's really like it's got a lot of like beginner sort of things. Like it'd be a good book for a beginner. Like it has a lot about, you know, yarn and stitches and things, but it actually does have some really good patterns in it.
A good variety of different things in there too, isn't it? Like
yeah.
Cushions and
wearables.
Yeah.
Well, it says includes 20 patterns for cushions and throws, hats, scarves, bags, and more. And we had been looking at this jumper. It's called the Basic Jumper for quite a while, and we decided that that was one of the projects that I would like to make. And I had quite a perfect yarn in my stash. So it's this one here, which is a Lincraft Alpine Tweed, which is a 10-ply, and it's just grey with these colourful flecks in it. And I'm actually really excited to have this as a jumper. I think it'll be really nice.
It is going to be really pretty.
Yeah. And I haven't done a crochet garment in a while for myself because I just sort of went through a bit of a spate of having a lot of things go wrong with them. But I think that with something like that, how could it really go wrong?
Well, it's basic, so hopefully it is basic.
Well, that's famous last words, isn't it? I'll run into all these problems. But I really am excited to
no, it should be really nice.
I have this yarn here, which is the Bendigo Woolen Mills Classic 5-ply in the colourway Cranberry. So that's it there. And I have 4 200-gram balls of this, and I was going to make a little knitted twin set. It was like a little short sleeve top and then a cardigan sort of thing. But I just wasn't feeling it. I don't know what it was, I just wasn't feeling it. And then I started a 5-ply shawl, and I wasn't feeling that. But now I'm thinking of making a little cardigan. So I'll pop a picture up of what the cardigan is and what the name of it is. But it's just a little lightweight cardigan that's got a little tie. And I thought that that would actually be really nice.
I think it will be.
Yeah. So it won't use all of it, but then I thought maybe I might make a little crocheted cami or something to go on.
Oh, that could be nice, yeah.
Because then it would be kind of the twin set that I originally thought.
Yeah.
Because I have got like a lot of it, 4 balls. And then the last plan that we made is a Cloud 9 cardigan, which is something that I've made before, but it needs the end sewing inside. I never got to wear it yet. So the yarn that I've got for this is the same yarn as the other one, so it's the Lincraft Alpine Tweed, but it's a different colourway. It's like more of a marl grey.
Yeah, I'd say that.
Yeah. So I'm really looking forward to doing that because it is actually a really nice cardigan, the Cloud 9.
It is, and it's a nice heavy weight too if it's a really cold day.
Yeah. But the only thing that I am thinking is, even though I'm not very good at crochet garments, I would actually quite like to make like buttonholes down the rib and then do buttons so that it could be like a little button-up cardigan.
That's a great idea. Yes, because I made one for my mum and she was wearing it the other day and she said, oh, I'd really like a couple of buttons up the top because it's edge to edge and it just falls open. So,
But I think the problem is, A, it's too thick to be edge to edge, and B, like a lot of edge to edge cardigans you see, they come down like that, whereas this is actually a round neck and then it comes down.
Yeah, that's true.
So,
yeah,
it's not my favourite. Like I will wear the other one, but I just thought if it was button up, I'd probably wear it more.
Yeah, well, it has got the rib down the front, hasn't it? So it'd be easy enough to do to make it with buttons. Yeah, that's a good idea.
Plus, I just like choosing buttons.
Yeah, true. So I actually started making myself a Cloud 9 cardigan. Oh, it'd be a couple of years ago now, wouldn't it?
I think maybe like 3
years ago.
Maybe 4.
Oh dear, that's a bit scary, isn't it? Yeah. And I struggled with the sleeves because you have to, it is in the round, isn't it? And you have to slip stitch. And I don't know what it is, but I struggle with that. I think probably now I would be better, but back then I had trouble identifying which stitch it needed to go into, and I think that's where the problems occurred. I was putting the slip stitch into the wrong stitch, and
one sleeve, the second sleeve ended up not being the same as the first sleeve.
True, and I ran out of yarn. That was the other thing that held the project up. I had to get another ball of yarn. So this is the cardigan here, and it's such a beautiful colour. It's actually showing up quite blue, but it's more of a denim-y, sort of light denim-y coloured blue. But it's so lovely, and I'd really like to be able to wear it. But Caitlin has kindly offered to finish the sleeve for me because I just don't know what I was doing. I don't know where I'm at with it. So there's not much to be finished, like, you know, it's almost there. And it's got the beautiful, you don't have to, I don't think, do you? You can, if you don't want to, you don't have to, but we did the bobble edging on the bottom, and I love the bobbles, so I'm really, really thrilled with that.
I tell you what, this has got quite a few ends in it.
Yes, all my projects have lots of ends in it. As you can see, it does have a really nice wide rib, so you would easily be able to put some buttons on there and have it so you could close it. But yes, this is our project for the next couple of weeks, isn't it? To try and get this finished.
Definitely, because if you don't get it finished, you won't be able to
Well,
wear it.
another year will go by and I won't be able to wear it. So, because it has been cold this year, so it would be actually nice to have it.
But like, you can see there what I mean about, like, it is actually like a round neck. Like, to me, it's not the sort of cardigan that you would use as an edge-to-edge cardigan.
That's really true. I hadn't thought about it. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure it would be fine, but I would prefer it to shop.
Well, as I said, my mum struggled with it the other day. Felt like it was just sort of...
I'd be almost tempted to unpick this last couple of rows and put buttonholes on yours.
Well, we could.
Because you are not the sort of person to wear an edge-to-edge cardigan.
No, true.
So, I think that actually I might do that because I feel like it would just really make it perfect.
I agree, yeah.
So I think that I'll add that to the list of things to do on this.
Yeah, so quite excited to actually get that finished. It's been languishing in a bag for so long. I said to Caitlin the other day, we really need to get that finished. Yes. Yeah, it's funny, isn't it, how sometimes, I think that's been my problem a lot of the time, where I haven't quite been ready and I've taken on these projects and then...
You're too scared to go back.
Yeah, that's right. I run into a problem and I don't go back to them. But, you know, now I really have got the basics of where the slip stitch needs to go. Because I think there was another project I did that was like that too.
Oh, I'm sure there was.
Yeah, I don't know why. I just couldn't get my head around where it needed to go, and it causes quite a lot of problems. But I think I remember at the time when I was making this cardigan that I said to Caitlin that really I would prefer it that it was done in the round and not slip stitched, because I'm not a huge fan of the big sort of ridge that it makes when you do that. I don't know how well you can see that, but I don't really like that. Because you've got the trebles, you get this sort of real ridge, and if it went in the round you wouldn't have that, and I think it would be a nicer finish. So Spotlight had a sale the other day on the cotton, or probably more yarns, but the cotton yarn in particular that we were looking for Anne and Diana. We tossed about ideas what we were going to do about the body part of the doll. But then I said to Caitlin, we had this yarn in our stash, and it's the Lincraft Organic Maker Cotton. It is an 8-ply, but it's a very thick 8-ply, and it's thicker than the other one that we're using for the dress and that. But I said to Caitlin, I don't think it will actually matter because we're only using it for the actual doll part, and then the clothes will go over the top. So we decided rather than buy more yarn, we would use the yarn we already have. So that's the colour that we've decided on to use for the body. And then we got the colours for the hair. So that's going to be Anne's hair, and this one's going to be the hair for Diana. So I thought they were quite nice because that one's not too red, but it's...
But I think it's actually quite a true colour for her.
Yeah, I agree. So we're really pleased with that. And then it's got a little jacket that goes over the dress. So Caitlin's going to use that one. And then I've decided on this sort of silvery colour to go with my dress. So I think they actually go quite nicely together. So now that we've got the yarn, well, we've obviously started the dress, but we'll be able to work more on it. So quite excited about that.
So we hope that you enjoyed everything we've had to show you today.
Until next time, happy crafting.